wondered, how can I have a successful power team? Power teams are a conversation that are talked about quite a bit, though sometimes I think people really don't get the power of a power team, because if they did, they would be spending a lot more time making it happen. Hi, my name is Tiffanie Kellog, and I am one half of TNT. Excited to be with you today as we talk about how to power up your power team. How can we even have a successful power team? And so I'm Tiffanie Kellog, joined today by Tom Fleming, who actually is the one that told me about power teams 17 some years ago. And so we're excited to be here to answer your questions around how do you have that successful power team. So before we get into the Q&A that I know the people out there are going to have for us, I will let you know as you're watching, we are happy to have you put your questions into the comments, whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. If you are on Facebook, you either need to go to this link that's there on the screen and sync your Facebook with Restream, or simply put your name in the chat or in the comment that you make. Either way, that we know who we are talking to. But give us your questions, give us your comments. We would love to have your interaction as we go through today and talk about power teams. Though I thought we would start this conversation with a very basic question of, Tom, what even is a power team?
Wow, putting pressure on me right from the get-go. So there's a concept called contact spheres. Definition of contact spheres is people in a non-competing industry that serve the exact same target market that you serve. And I view contact sphere, the concept of contact sphere, as kind of a noun. It's that group of industries. Well, a power team, on the other hand, are those specific people that you are in relationship with, that are part of your contact sphere, that you proactively engage with in referral generation for one another. So while contact sphere is a noun, the concept of, if you wish, power team's a verb. It's that group of contact sphere relationships in action.
Now, I kind of teased when we started this live that power teams is something that maybe not everybody gets the power of. Can you tell us why power teams are so powerful, why people need to pay attention to creating their power team?
Well, let's just look at a two-person power team as a for instance. If I'm a financial planner and I have a couple hundred clients and I'm in a great relationship with a banker who has a couple hundred clients, that means that my couple hundred clients and the banker's couple hundred clients could be great new prospects and customers, clients for each of us, which basically means through that one relationship, I've doubled the amount of potential clients I can serve. Now, if you're in a power team of 8, 10, 12 people, you've obviously exponentially increased the likelihood of you doing business by referral, with referrals from people in your power team. I mean, talk about referrals on steroids. My goodness. Yeah. Powerful concept.
Awesome. I love it. And as you're watching again, please do put your questions or comments about how to have a successful power team into the chat box. The first question that I got in advance for today, because sometimes, we put it out there and you tell us your questions. So Mike from the UK is wondering, how many people should be on my power team? This is always an interesting question. So how many people should be on my power team?
It is. I mean, 8 to 12 ideally is my thought. But I have heard power teams of 5 or 6 people that are tremendously effective. And I've also heard of power teams, and you may know better than I, of power teams greater than 40 people. I know a gentleman that both Tiffany and I are close to, Jason Avery, who's kitchen and bath remodeler. He has a huge power team filled with every different type of tradesperson you could think of out there.
Yeah, he's got quite the robust power team. And, sometimes I look at this question, how many people should be on my power team? And I almost look at it from the perspective of how many can you handle? How many of those right relationships? And so as I think about a power team, your contact sphere of non-competing industry with the same target market. So key thing for me, number one, is to find the people with the right target market. And as I add more people to the team, how many of those relationships can we manage? How many of the referrals can we manage? And so, Tom's got kind of numbers. Mine is like, what can you manage? I think bigger is better from a perspective of, if there's one or two of us versus 5 or 8 or 10 of us, though you do have to be careful. Sometimes people are like, oh, check out my 5,000 person power team. That just is, I happen to like these people, so they're my power team. So we do have to watch that a little bit.
Well, and then we've got those folks who, I belong to a business-to-business power team or a business-to-consumer power team. And I mean, it's they don't have a focused target market, and so therefore, your power team relationships in that instance are significantly diluted because not all of their clients would make great clients for you.
Yeah, and I think that's probably one of the main reasons I see power teams fail. And I know you and I have a whole video on that on YouTube of why power teams fail, but I think that's most often power teams fail because they weren't actually power teams to begin with. It's just, hey, I like you, let's do this. All right, we have coming in from Facebook. Look, I was just at a BNI event with King Wee, and he is here now asking a question. I had like a 7 o'clock power team meeting with him, actually 8 to 10 meeting, and now he is again. So good to see you. He asked, would you advise that a chapter with less than 40 referral partners form a power team?
Absolutely. Yeah. The way I view power teams is we have to take personal responsibility for our own success. I've had people say to me, well, I want to join that BNI chapter over there. They have a stronger power team for my industry over there. And I always get confused by that because we have the ability to create whatever we want to create. And in my headspace, again, and taking personal responsibility for my own success, why wouldn't I identify my contact sphere industries and then invite and then inspire my fellow members to invite people to strengthen my power team in my chapter? So, yeah, 40-member chapter, 5 power teams of 8 members, powerful stuff.
Yeah, we've got to start somewhere. Even if you're watching this and you're like, I'm in a 15 or 20 person chapter, find your first person, your second person, build the chapter by design to make the chapter amazingly whole.
I love that expression, build the chapter by design.
Yeah. Well, we got a smiley face, so good to go. Thanks for the question. Again, for those of you watching live, we would love to answer your questions. Put those in the comments, whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, or I'm sorry, Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. And I'm going to go now to a question from Jane from the US. She's wondering, what is the best agenda for a power team meeting? And I first always have to say, best is such a hard word. Like, I remember one time somebody was like, what's your favorite Beatles song? And we had to go through like this whole thing of like, I compared each song to another. And so we put them in like the March Madness finals basketball type bracket to see. I should have kept it because I don't remember what I came up with number one after we went through like the top 25 Beatles songs ever. It was a fun thing to do on a Saturday afternoon, but best sometimes to me is hard. So I'm not going to say, give me just one. But if you have one or a few that you like to use that you want to share with us, we can do that, Tom.
That's a question to me. Okay.
Well, I can answer it to either. Both of us can answer it.
Well, I definitely have a preferred power team meeting agenda, and it's where the first half of the meeting is really about continuing to build a depth of relationship with your fellow power team members. People are going to do weekly presentations, maybe share an aspect of their gains profile. We are going to go ahead and maybe have an educational moment in that first part of the agenda, an idea that the power team members can implement to more powerfully, proactively generate referrals for one another. But then that second half of the agenda, that's where the rubber hits the road, if you will. That's when the power team discusses um, how can we proactively refer one another more aggressively. Gosh, there's so many ideas of how power teams can more proactively refer one another. In fact, we offered a online class that was recorded, I believe, Tiffany, back here a number of months ago, that people can take for a couple-hour session.
It's there on the screen now, Tom.
Oh, it's there on the screen. Okay. Yeah, if you want soup to nuts understanding of power team agendas, so on and so forth, check out this online course. Take it anytime you want. I think it's an investment of $39. And God, if you don't get a return on investment over that, I'm not sure if you implemented anything from the program, but it's great. But I know you have another power team meeting agenda that you like.
Yeah, so Jason Avery, who you mentioned earlier with kitchen and bathroom remodels, has a very robust power team. And what he found is, as he was looking at his power team from the perspective of, now that we've been a power team for, 5-7 years, so the members knew each other for a while, they knew each other's business. And so I love Tom's kind of conversation around the power teams, in that it's very great early on. As you get robust, his version he likes to use is I did. Nope, I'm sorry. I need, and I did, where he talks about I have what's going well in his business, in his world currently. Then the group, everybody goes. Then they go back around and talk about what they need, whether it's I need employees, I need resources, I need an opportunity to share, here's what I need. And then lastly, we have here's what I did. And that is, I did this for the other members of the power team. Jason and I actually got together a while back and created this as a little free ebook. So if you go to the link here on the screen, https:// not dash, y'all know what those are, bit.ly/TNT PT book, that will actually give you the free book that goes in. It's like 10 pages. So it's not like a long book that goes into this. I need. Yeah, I always mess that up. Oops. Please forgive me, Jason, if you're watching. Those are the two power team agendas that I typically use, that I recommend that other use. Any other agendas, or Tom, those are kind of our top two?
Yeah, those are the top two. And I think Jason's agenda.
You're a little hard to hear now, Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just come close.
I think Jason's agenda is very appropriate for his group of 40 members who have been together for a long time. The relationship development is there. But again, that agenda that I mentioned is fantastic for those 8 to 12 member power teams who are in process of continuing to get to know each other and train one another as referral partners. So what are my features versus my benefits? What are phrases you need to listen for, things you need to look for, how to overcome objections, how to start conversations on my behalf, who's your target market, and God, the training aspects of what you get into with your referral partners goes on and on. Because
Awesome.
You want them to be part of your sales force. Yeah.
Yes, you do. So we've got to train them. Mm-hmm. Now, I only have one other question that I'm going to go to, unless as you're watching, y'all, please do put your questions into the chat or into the comments wherever you're watching so that we can answer. Otherwise, this might be our last question. So Tom, I am going to throw this question over to you first. Though let me put it up here the short part on the screen, but let me give you the full question from Sean in the US. I'm having difficulty explaining to my referral partners why they would want to refer me. In other words, I'm having difficulty explaining to my referral partners the value I bring to them when they refer me. I've got the normal, I'll make you look good, and I'll do what I can to support you or refer you back. Any additional suggestions for better defining the value I bring to a referral partner to better entice them to refer me?
Well, I may be off base in responding to this, but to me, if our referral partners don't understand what's in it for them in referring us, maybe I haven't done a good job in explaining the benefits of my product or service. Because really, when I generate a referral to pass on to someone else, I truly believe in my heart that that person in my network um, has the ability to help that person that they know that they want to refer me. So there should be uh, value perceived by my referral partners in referring me in an effort to help people in their network by introducing me to by introducing them to my product and service. Um, yeah, and I think that's about partly motivating referral partners. I've already talked about, oh, we need to train our referral partners, but we also need to motivate them. Um, Position them to understand that they can look like the hero to someone they refer me to uh, because I'm going to help them. I'm going to support them. I'm going to help them achieve a goal, overcome an obstacles, whatever it may be. What's your take on that question?
Well, you mentioned a couple times training, so I went and grabbed my referral partner training manual here.
Mhm.
It's the just a visual because I was like, okay, this is a part of my referral partner training manual. So as I think about my power team, like these are all the things that I want to make sure that they know about me. And one of the conversations that we have, one of the pages that I have is how to create a referral, and it starts with
Mhm.
why refer, my target market, benefits to the client. But this section down here at the bottom is what are the benefits. This is the old one, Referral Institute. It's been renamed to Incentive, but that's the one that I had handy. And so I've got, what are the benefits to the referral sources? And I think that's going to be crucial in communicating. And so it's almost like nice to have that list of, hey, yes, I'll make you look good, like Sean mentioned. Also, one of the benefits to our referral sources is the best referral sources we have, like Jason. We've mentioned him a couple of times because he's one of our best referral sources. So he's definitely top of mind with us. You'll also see sometimes some of our best referral sources doing lives with Tom and I to kind of spotlight them to our network. And so I think it's important for us to create that list to share with people. And whether you have an actual written list, I'm a nerd. Like it just gives me a reason to have like a little, here's my little this, here's my little like written referral marketing plan. It just gives me a reason to have all that, but it makes it really easy for me to give and share with my referral sources.
But wait a minute, Tiffany. I mean, don't refer to yourself as a nerd. I mean, everything that some of the people on this may have heard of our flagship course, Ignite Your Business. And everything that we're talking about today is just your training manual, motivating referral partners, is just you following the recipe of how to put a referral based marketing strategy together and in place. Um, you know, People ask me about Ignite Your Business, that particular curriculum, all the time. And it's a college level course, not on how to write a business plan, not on how to write a marketing plan, but how to create and think through how to create a referral based marketing plan.
And thanks to the joy of technology and Restream, I just made a brand new comment to go here down below. So if you want to learn more about Incentives Ignite Your Business program, you can do that bit.ly/IY business.
Yeah, so
So
I
yes.
declare you are not a nerd, you've done the work.
Hey, if I want to get more referrals, why not follow a system that works? And speaking of following a system that works, Tom mentioned earlier, we do have, I want to say there's 4-5 hours worth of video content we did in a live program, plus the agenda, a couple of ebooks, some audios. There's a lot of content here really on how to take that power team to the next level. I find so many times people are trying to grow their business by referral and networking with, let me meet the 50, 100 people in the room. Let me have 5,000 people on my list of contacts, when really it's about who are the 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 people that can refer you all day, every day. And that's what we're looking to create. And that's what we did. We just took the in-person program and put it online for easy consumption.
Yeah, nice. And you mentioned who were the 6, 8, 10, 12, and when you said 12, a little bell went off in my head. In the Ignite Your Business program, we asked people who are in your top 12 referral partners. And a lot of people struggle with that question. You know, they're getting a referral from here, a referral from there, sporadic referrals from over here. But really, the concept of having a top 12 is all about having a power team and powering that power team up, if you will, to stay with today's theme.
And one of the things I love about this idea of the power team and how to have a successful power team, I think too often as entrepreneurs, especially for those of us as solopreneurs, it's like we're by ourselves. And so when we have a power team, we have like-minded people working to help the same clientele, and just that energizing, like the recharge of the battery. If I'm down, but my power team's not, they can give me a little extra jolt and vice versa. And so we're all doing this together with the intention of having that amazing business and spectacular life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Anything else you want to share with us, Tom, before we wrap up today?
Well, two more things. I've actually just created in my mind another reason why power teams fail.
Oh.
I think people, may be inspired to get going with your power team, but over time, they don't quite get the value. They don't understand how to work the power team. So again, they don't get the value, so they move on. Well, don't get frustrated. Building and maintaining a power team over time is kind of like portfolio management when it comes to your finances. If you've got a nest egg of $50,000, you're going to invest some in this financial instrument, some in this financial instrument, some in this financial instrument. And one of those may not perform over time. So you need to replace that allocation, if you will, and move those resources, those monies, into a different investment. And so the face of your power team over time is going to change, and hopefully over time you attract better referral partners, better power team members, more successful business owners with a stronger network, with a greater influence, if you will. So don't get disappointed if some come and some go. That's part of the evolution and the maturity of any organization, which a power team is. It's an organization of people in a contact sphere. The other thing I got to mention before we close, Tiffanie, is I'm doing something really fun with people now. It's called the Where Are You Now assessment, where people take a couple of minutes, run through a survey, and then they send that to me, and I will do a 30, 60-minute assessment with them, helping them understand where their referral-based marketing strategy is strong and where the opportunities are. And folks can email me at tom@ascentive.com if you have interest in getting a better understanding of the aspects of a complete referral-based marketing strategy, how you're doing in each of those aspects, and where might the opportunities be.
Awesome. I love both of those points. And I put that email address up there on the screen if y'all need it again, tomf@ascentive.com. Just see kind of where are we at, let's evaluate it. And that assessment is very, very powerful. So I highly recommend that you take Tom up on that. And just in the email that you sent to him, say you saw this live where we were talking about it. That way he knows where you came from. And he doesn't try and charge you. It's going to be free for you because you watched this.
Okay.
All right. And if you want some more TNT, in addition to the other resources we mentioned, Tom and I will both be at the More Money, More Time, and More Fun Summit happening December 9th. Tom will be talking to you a little bit about vision, a little bit about masterminding. We'll actually do some live masterminding, and there's going to be all kinds of other fun going on that day.
Yeah, I'm excited about the other guests you've acquired for that. I know Bob Berg is going to pop in for a spot. Dr. Ivan Meisner is going to pop in for a spot. And then Mike McAllowitz, the Profit First guy. I mean,
Yep.
I have no idea how you obtained these people to participate in the summit for the benefit of those people that are going to be there with us. We're hoping to have a couple hundred people at the summit. That would be great. So great networking, great education, and if you're with Tiffanie, great fun.
Well, I want to say thank you so very much, Tom, for your time as we explore this conversation around how to have a successful power team meeting. And then, of course, if you need more information, just about everything you would want to know about power teams, we do have in our program. As Tom mentioned, it's like $39 and it's evergreen. So it's there forever. You get it to power up your power team. So thank you, Tom, so very much for being here. Thank everybody out there that was watching this live, especially King Wee who commented. Thank you, Tiffanie and Tom. Great to learn from you both. I look forward to seeing y'all again, hopefully soon. Happy networking, y'all.